All right, Mike, so here we are. We're doing the video on Swisstrax, right? It's gonna take this ugly, dreary, nasty, glue-ridden floor and turn it into amazing. We're gonna show you how to cut it, how to measure it, how to install it, and we're gonna show you why it's so amazing. Because of the instant gratification part of it, it's pretty fun to do. So we got them washing the floor. This is your chance. If you're installing Swisstrax, this is your chance to get it clean initially before you put the Swisstrax down. We've done we've cut concrete in here, we've done drywall repair, we've painted. I mean, we've done a lot. Drilled holes in the concrete, so it's pretty dusty. So we're simply hosing it out. And as a matter of fact, you can do this even after you have Swisstrax, because you can just take the whole thing out in sections, wash out your garage, and put it right back down.
I think for a garage like this, you know, most people, like, sure, you could go crazy. You were saying like tile or something like
Right,
that,
you could. That's very expensive and labor intensive, and most people can't tile their own floor. Yeah. Tile would be something I would entertain if it was, you know, money no object, because they make tile that's not slippery.
You can do anything.
And you can, yeah, you know, I could do that, you know. But believe it or not, I'm gonna do Swisstrax in my garage. I'm not gonna do tile. And my garage is currently epoxied, not by me, but by the previous homeowner, and it looks absolutely horrible. Anyway, I think these boys will get it all cleaned up, and then we'll start installing, Mike. I've been waiting for this. This is the biggest transformation, honestly. When you Swisstrax a garage, it looks done. Yeah, it does. Like, you don't even need to do anything else. It's finished.
I agree.
You know? All right, so we got the floor nice and clean. The boys have washed it out with water, squeegeed it, vacuumed it. It's as clean and dust-free as it's gonna get. Still ugly, but we're gonna fix that. So now we have to figure out a layout. How do we wanna lay out this floor? So do you wanna start off your garage door? If you have a home car garage, this is our garage door basically. So imagine this is the front of the garage, this is the back of the garage. You wanna start at the front at your roll-up door or your swing type door. You wanna start there and work towards the back of the garage. That's exactly what we're gonna do here. You wanna make it easy on yourself. You wanna install so that your loops are pointing the direction you're gonna build off of, okay? So for us, that's gonna be like this, okay? So we start in this corner, and then everything goes on after fact is it's just basically a click and stomp and you're done. So
where's the alternative? So people can
the alternative would be if we ran it like this, right? Started this direction, then every time you wanted to install a piece, you'd have to lift this piece to put it under and then click. And that's time consuming. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah, you want to go this direction. So this is the piece that basically trims it off and becomes a transition to drive over or walk over. So you can see I tucked it just under the lip of the door, right? So this, since we're going this way, smooth end that way, smooth end here. So what'll end up happening is this will end up clicking right into these. And this will basically set the stage for the rest of the install, because we want this just like that, okay? So everything is gonna be based off this distance from this door right here. So as you can see, once we get out here, and we're obviously not gonna build it this direction, because as I said, this is not the way you want to build it, but let's just show you here. So since this is what we're establishing off the door, this will be our cut. So we're going to start with this cut here all the way down that wall, and then at the other wall, the opposite wall, we're going to end up having to cut about this much off of a full tile. So this is really has to be done so we get the right spacing under the door, because I think, in my view, you don't want this too far out. You don't want it in where you have a space of concrete. This is important. Okay, Mike, so we're about 1/4 inch off that wall. You want a little room because it's going to get warm in here with sunlight coming in. The stuff does expand a bit, so you don't want to necessarily put it tight against the wall. So now that we've got this established right here, we know where that's going. So we need to bring this out so it meets up with this. And we'll bring this back. We know we're the right distance off that wall. So we'll bring this here. That looks pretty good as far as parallel with the door. So now we're going to get a measurement off this wall. So it's 5 1/8. So now what we want to do is go down here and get it at 5 1/8. Right there's 5 1/8. Okay, so that's theoretically it's parallel with this wall. Now what we'll do is we'll take a measurement we'll hook this side and go all the way to that wall and see how close we are. Hopefully these walls are pretty parallel. That really matters most when you're gonna have a sliver of a cut over there, but we're not. So we're gonna have almost a full tile when we end over there. But if you had a sliver, let's say it went from 1 inch to nothing, you'd wanna try to fudge that so you're not trying to cut a tile from, let's say, here out to 0, because that's more difficult to do. So let's check it. All right, we're at 328 inches. Now I'll come down here, check it about here. Trevor, you hook me over there. It's 328 and about 3/8. So it's a little out. And now what we need to do, so I think why don't we build this all the way out past here, guys, to just past that window. And then we'll just double check here and make sure we're gonna be good here. All you really wanna do is make it as easy as possible for yourself. At least the less cutting you have to do, the better. You don't wanna have to cut little sliver cuts because that's a pain in the butt and you're wasting a bunch of tile. So the only place we're really gonna be wasting a bunch of tile is that right there against that wall.
And
That's it.
We had to get
But because we had to, because we wanna base everything off the door. Yeah. All right, Mike.
the second row in, huh?
Yeah, so we just went as far as we're gonna go. Now we can talk layout, how we're gonna lay out the border. Here's our entrance in, there is that wall there. So what they do is they give us a dimension, 2'10" to edge a border off the wall, and off of that wall, edge of border to wall is 4 feet. We're gonna be about just shy of 47. You wanna see something special?
I do, Mike.
Got something in my pocket. This is a special treat, special sneak preview of something we're cooking up. See these colors, Mike? These are gonna be our bespoke, possibly bespoke, OG colors. Now we have yet to name them, but this is a darker gray than the slate gray that we're currently using. This will be an OG blue for borders, or if you wanna do the whole tile and whole garage in OG blue, you could. And then this lighter gray. This is this is kind of a blue gray. This is really a true gray, and then this is almost this is just a lighter version, a light gray. Coming soon. We had another color, Mike, that I had named for you.
Yeah,
It was like a creamy, like almost a toasted marshmallow, if you will, but I called it Waba Latte. So we're gonna do a black border all the way around in the interior. But if you wanted to, let's say you had multiple stall garage and you want to divide it up into car parking areas, you could run the stripes this way or the borders this way so you can park between,
We're gonna do M-colored stripes in your garage.
Purple, red, and light blue. Yeah, that's what you want me to do, Mike. Been thinking about it. Yeah. I'll contemplate. Okay. I'm not going to commit yet.
That's why.
Yeah, I'm not going to commit yet, Mike. So you're going to have, maybe you have a jut out in your garage, or you have to cut around an outside corner. It's essentially what this is. You got 2 outside corners, so you're going to have to cut. You're going to have to cut when you come up against a wall, and you don't need a full tile. You're going to have to make a cut. Yeah, you'll be able to learn how to do this for this video. Yeah, it's super easy, I'm telling you. If you can read a tape measure and you can run a saw.
That's asking a lot.
Yeah, well, maybe of you, Mike. All right, so let's show you the different methods to cut. So let's get some measurements off this wall to the first tile. So we're 5 1/8. So we don't want to be 5 1/8. We want to leave a little gap for expansion. You can see right there, 5 1/8. So I want to give ourselves a quarter. So why don't we make these 4 7/8. So we're going to be using this piece here. All right, first method, table saw. We set our fence up to give us a 4 7/8 inch finished cut. So fire that up. That's it, pretty clean cut. All right, so there we go. Snap her in. That's it. There's our first method. And as you can see, I left about a 1/4 inch gap for expansion. Our baseboard will cover that. All right, so next method, Mike, circular saw. So since you don't have a rip fence, you got to create yourself a nice straight line with a straight edge. Could be a level, it could be a ruler. So we want to make some marks at 4 7/8. This is the edge we're going to use here. This is the side we're going to use. So if we come out here and we do 4 7/8. Make another one here. And you line up your marks with your straight edge, and you just mark the tops of the ribs. So you're going to have a nice line like that. And then what you have to do, you can cut on a piece of plywood. Like this is what I like to do, but you want to set your depth so you're not cutting through your plywood, right? You just want to loosen that, loosen your table. And then you just come down till you touch the plywood, and then give yourself another 1/16 or so, just like that, and lock it down. Here we go. There we go. So we cut it, and you can see we just barely scored the wood. Take our burrs off, and we're ready to go try it out. So we just pick up, put this one in place. All right, there's our second method. Now we're going to use the tile cutter. So this is a pretty easy method, probably the cleanest of all the cuts. So same thing, 4 7/8. Find a place where you can mark it 4 7/8. We bring it over here. Here it is right here. So we bring the blade down just so we see it touch that mark right there. And we cut. And you can see that's the cleanest cut. Doesn't make any noise, doesn't create bits everywhere. All right. All right, I'm going to show you guys how to do a quote-unquote more complex cut. So this is going to be an inside corner cut, well, inside of the tile corner. So we're going to be 4 1/8 there, 4 1/8. So we measure here, get our 4 1/8, 4 1/8. In this direction, 5 1/2, 5 1/2. Make our marks at 5 1/2. Okay, so let's take over to the jigsaw. Okay, now this is also a cut you could have made with the circular saw, but I'm going to show you how to do it with the jigsaw. So now we're going to lift up on all this. There you go. Jigsaw cut. All right, now that we've shown you 4 of the methods to cut it, we're just going to go ahead and get it done. So in the time we've played around and showed you a few cuts and kind of laid out against the wall, they've already got 1/3 of it done. So that's how quick it goes. And look at the difference. It's already night and day. And you know, I'll be honest, Swisstrax is, because of the instant gratification part of it, it's pretty fun to do.
It is.
Yeah.
Like you get the payoff right away.
Oh, instantly. Yeah. So there you go. It's just about done. A few short hours, me and a couple of guys, intermittently, because they had to pick orders as well. But I would say that's the epitome of instant gratification. It's transformed the whole room. You don't see that ugly floor anymore. Even if you look straight down, you see nothing but pretty gray tiles. If you're a homeowner and you buy this and you spend, I don't know, 2-3 grand on your garage, and 2 years later you're like, we're moving. Guess what you can do? You can take it out, stack it, and bring it with you.
That's pretty.
Can't do that with epoxy or tile.
No.
But I think it looks amazing. Yeah, I think we're probably, let's call it 2.5 of us, because we were intermittent between them doing their things. And it took us about 4.5 hours to do this with all the cuts, because I had to cut all these and all this side. If we have a little more left over here, actually capture some of that, Michael. Yeah. And then obviously we have our lift to put in, so we'll pop these tiles out just around this area, put the lift in, and then put the tiles back and cut those to fit, custom fit, Mike. See how I custom fit over there where the 2-post is? It's flush with the 2-post, so they use 3/4 plate, and this is 3/4 thick Swisstrax, so it actually worked out really nicely. Got a few more tiles. I think we have about 27 more tiles to fit in there, and I got to trim the ones along that wall with the tile cutter, and we'll be done.
Any other talking points, Mike?
I don't think there's any other.
I think we've covered everything.
Yeah, I think so.
It's pretty darn good.
This is just a good video.
You know, I mean, honestly, take your time. Oh, what I like to use, by the way, I didn't mention this. Don't use a big wide Sharpie or a big wide Milwaukee pen. Use a fine tipped one. Okay. It's much better to mark with those than the big fat ones. Say what you want, man, but you're not going to get any other flooring that can transfer your garage this quickly. Yep. And you won't slip and fall. You can wash a car on this and it doesn't get slippery.
There's a lot of people recently, they've been talking about poly Spartic or something. It's like a rougher finish epoxy. What's that about?
It's just that's what it is. It's got a I don't know what mesh it is, but there's a certain mesh. I don't know if it's silica sand or if it's some other synthetic material, but they put that in there to keep it less slippery because epoxy is known for being slick. Yeah. But it still doesn't fix it from staining. Tires, if you leave a car, I don't drive my cars a lot, so if they sit in the same spot all the time, oftentimes epoxy will leave a brown mark where the tires are, and it looks like crap. I don't think it fixes that. For most of us, I think this is the way to go. Yeah, it's done that quick.
I mean, truly.
Slight transformation. It truly was fast. I'm already blowing through baseboards.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's done. It looks great. Remember how crappy it looks? See, this is the part of the video when you instantly insert the old and the new, Mike.
I'll do that.
I'll tell you how to edit, okay? Since you told me how to do this, I'll tell you how to edit. All right? Up next, we'll finish the baseboards, and then we're going to work on installing the vacuum solution right there. And then, sometime maybe next week, we'll be doing the wash stations with dual 630 ARs.
Yeah, that's a big groundbreaking news.
Yeah, groundbreaking. Please, Mike's asking in the comments, can you let us know if you like this format? Yeah. I'm curious too, Mike. I'll let you know what I like, but off camera. Yeah. Okay? So like, comment, ring the bell, share, and subscribe.
Yeah. They have to do
That's a lot of stuff they have to do, Mike. You give them a big list.
watch.
Oh yeah, they have to watch it too.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the other so number 6 is watch the video all the way through.
Yeah, and don't stop watching.
Don't stop. Just watch the whole thing.
Yep.
And then log into your other Facebook or YouTube account and watch it with that one too. And then share it with yourself and others.
That's what I do.
That's good. Yeah. Okay, that's it.
This is going really well.
Wabani is over there. Wrap it up. Let's go. You keep asking me things.